Universal Artificial Intelligence from NVIDIA already integrated into humanoid robot. Neuralink accused of illegal experiments on humans. After hack animal testing, Tesla released an extravagant novelty, and the Japanese created and which quickly generate other superior analogues. What will this lead to? This as well as an update from the company, Elon Musk, and other high-tech news in one. Videos flew. Boston will host an exhibition in May. Announced speech by Boston Dynamics founder, Robert Brand, and also robots from Disney. Be sure to do a review. Subscribe to the channel. By the way, about Robert, and then, is it worth writing off a pioneer? Clever humanoid robots, or he can still surprise. Preparing a separate issue. Do not oversleep. Startup Epitronic became the first developer of humanoid robots, which integrated its gender with the universal and from NVIDIA Project GRUD. This will allow developers to use text, video, and human demonstrations as tips to perform tasks and learn general skills, such as coordination, agility, generate actions as output on robot hardware, instead of to simply repeat actions from training data. The robot will be able to know the environment and predict what to do next to achieve the goal. If everything works as intended, soon you can expect from electronics stunning videos with new robot skills. Perhaps he will really start doing something useful at Mercedes factory, with which the startup has signed a cooperation agreement. By the way, about Polo already learned how to autonomously drive, juicer, and serve juice. Recall that the robot from Aptronics has a modular design, safety when working with people, and, as the developers say, human agility. Work on one charge robots can up to 4 hours, after which you can just replace the battery. By the way, Goldman Sachs is predicting what the humanoid robot market can achieve, $38 billion to $35. Experts from other companies believe about 14% of manufacturing jobs and in the car buildings will be occupied by such robots in the coming 4 years. What do you think? Realistic forecast. We go further in Russian retail. Serious changes. It's time for robots. One of the first robotics projects implemented by the team, Automicon. Soloists of it integrator introduced advanced HGV robots at the distribution center, health food chain stores in VkusVill. These autonomous robots use modern navigation technologies and smart sensors. By yourself, move pallets with goods in specified directions that speed up processes in the warehouse. Robots can work with humans and do not require removal. Changes in the warehouse space. Thanks to AGV robots, VkusVill optimizes costs, delegate part of logistics processes to robots, and reach a new level of technology. Competent organization. Processes will help increase profit and reduce costs. If you need robots in the enterprise too, leave a link for you in the description. Only we were happy with the good. The result of the implementation of chip Neuralink to first volunteer. How the thunder came. Us health official Earl Blumen, you are counted. It is too early and it is not clear on what grounds gave the company permission to experiment on humans, ignoring the disturbing evidence. Violations during testing on animals reported since 19. In other words, he suspects that the agency issued the permit illegally and therefore implantation was also illegal. Now he demands from FD and explanations of the honesty of Blumenauer quoted message agency Rathers, which described employee complaints on hack during animal experiments due to compressed schedule, defiant, unnecessary suffering from the death of experimental monkeys. In connection with this, employees were also concerned possible quality problems, experiments, and frequency of results. Representative of FDE for its part claims that during check, the agency found no violations in the company Neuralink, which could undermine the safety of research. And what do you think? Were violations, or is it all riveting lover's mask? Moving on to other news, Ilona Space Company, X placed a new Starship on the launch pad for testing before the 4th launch. If the pre-launch tests are successful, most likely it will be. Us officials promptly give the company permission to fly, and we will be able to see new videos of seniors in space. Already in early May, we are really waiting. Electric cars and humanoid robots. Tesla switch to 5 grams private networks, which the company plans to build itself. Relevant vacancies appeared on the Tesla website. All these connect objects and server infrastructures and terminal devices, in the role of which will act electric vehicles of all produced models, as well as humanoid robots. Optimus G will allow the device faster exchange information to Word. Chinese electric cars are already actively using 5G, and there is already infrastructure, what we talked about recently on the channel. As for Tesla's leadership in the top PQ market, competitors mainly from China. Already bypassing Musk, Elon decided to bet on FSD. Option now costs $12,000, and the month of subscribing to it costs $199. Not everyone decides on such spending, so entrepreneur gave 2 orders. In first, Tesla employees, issuing electric vehicles to customers, are now required to install the newest version on their cars, SSED 1231, and arrange a test drive with it to show owners opportunities. In the second, from this week, to all owners of Tesla cars, older 2016 SSED will be provided free of charge, true just for a month. Almost no one has an idea about that, how well technology actually works. SSED with driver behind the wheel, said Elon Musk. How do you like such a wide gesture of an entrepreneur? Moving on, Tesla Cybertruck owners have concluded that company getting ready. Add pickup wireless charging feature, special connector for connecting a wireless system. Already there is, but the contour itself is not yet. Apparently Tesla is focused on developing wireless infrastructure. By the way, earlier Musk, more impressed, robotic charging with robot snake, which will connect the car. Now apparently the concept has changed. And finally, to finish us off, Tesla released a sledgehammer in the style of Cybertruck. 800 hammers will be available as part of referral program. Their appointment is apparently that to test the Cybertruck body for strength. OpenAI showed short films created by professionals with the help of and Coral. Model not available for regular movie users. Professionals of different types of creativity try it. Next, it turned out cool. Coral generates video by static images and text description, and the model almost got bogged down in another scandal related to learning on copyrighted materials without license. Management OpenAI tried to keep quiet at first, then declared that it was public and licensed data, also video recordings, received under the agreement tent. Now OpenAI Poe, rumors are actively negotiating with Hollywood, trying to interest them new, and what do you think? Stand actors and artists in competition with the lawsuit. Intelligence in the future. Japanese startup Xpeng AeroHT developed an algorithm which creates new model architectures, and the evolutionary path, that is, he chooses best elements of existing models and collects from them more effective, then and tested for viability and screened out if does not live up to expectations. This is a kind of natural selection. When that model survives, which got the best quality sources, or, if you want parents, the resulting models do not require additional training. That allows them to quickly create and make very profitable economically. This approach of evolutionary model fusion technology existed, and earlier, however, it depends heavily on intuition, subject knowledge of those who uses her. Akina AI promises a more systematic approach and maximize effective models. During the test of the evolutionary method, researchers have created a large language model based on Japanese, able to solve mathematically problems, and a large visual model. Both showed a high level of performance on a number of standard tests, although not pre-optimized for them. In general, soon new, more advanced models and will appear like mushrooms after rain. What do you think about it? Saudi Arabia company VkusVill AeroHT introduced her new service robot, Humanoid Sora. She knows how to talk and avoid taboo topics, for example politics. To observe decency, definitely hedge against surprises. The company did not take GPT, developed its own language model. Robot speaks Arabic and English, and successfully recognizes and interprets speech, and also responds within decency. Nothing more is known about him. Chinese company Limx Dynamics breeds robots of different kinds with impressive speed. Seems just recently a startup rolled out from a 4-legged bot. First time stating myself, how did a humanoid robot follow him? And now and weird 2-legged bot Pivot. Which one? Obey kicks and attacks from engineers. Unevenly runs over heavily rough terrain. Developers shared information about that motion control algorithm, not trained to walk all types of terrain. Instead of this, engineer laid down in it the general principles of 2-legged movement and watched how the robot will cope. I1 is designed to test algorithms, new gates in a variety of conditions, and perhaps his skill, then transferred to the company's humanoid robot. CL1 what the same, waiting for a full demonstration. Remember, we talked about an unusual concept from Xpeng AeroHT's 6-wheeled electric SUV with a full-fledged aircraft in the trunk. Then many experts doubted the implementation of the project, and in vain. The other day it became known that the company has received permission to use electrolytes and their sale complete with the machine will start at the beginning of 25. The cost of the kit will be approximately $150,000. We know that, Bayan, but how do you like that? Elon Musk in the United States conducted a study and found out that most leading specialists in the field of artificial intelligence in the world of Chinese, almost half graduates in this specialty from the Celestial Empire, but among American students is only 18%. To understand Why did this shock American explorers? Need to understand what at 19, for example, the situation was reversed, and even that. Today, the United States maintains leadership in the field of, and not exactly comforting, since a big contribution. Researchers contributed to this. Educated in China. If you go back to numbers, the Chinese make up 38% of the leading researchers, and working in the USA, Americans are only 37. Speaks to the strong dependence of the industry from Chinese scientists, by the way. If earlier immigrants from the Celestial Empire, who were educated in America, almost totally preferred to stay there, is now scheduled to trunk on a return after training. To homecoming has become an important geopolitical resource, and the Celestial does everything to beat them. Work at homecoming for this in the country is planned. Increase support science and attract foreign investment to achieve technological sovereignty. So this year, support budget. Research projects in the field of high technology will increase by 10% and will reach $30 billion to companies, which demonstrate good results strategically. Important sectors of the economy. Financial support will be provided among these areas and quantum technologies, space and biotech, by the way. Support for fundamental research. Last year as a whole, Chinese authorities spent $458 billion. What is matching 60% of GDP? What scientists have already managed to achieve? See in the issue at the link in the hint. Robotics technician from Polytechnic School Lasani Melid Shafi. Featured video demonstrating a unified travel policy for four-legged robots of any height, weight and construction. Discovery will help novice researchers and Robopdog designers. And we just enjoy the psychedelic spectacle. Japanese engineers are developing for robots method of recognition of continuous changes in state, products, and tested on one of the oldest humanoid robots, Pi R2. The fact is that in the process of cooking, the appearance, shape, properties of products are continuously changing. Remember, at least scrambled eggs. Describe these changes using manual programming is difficult. Plus, this is out of trend now. Nowadays need so that the robot can recognize and adapt to all changes by yourself, thanks to the built-in and therefore, researchers decided to teach the robot to recognize changes through spoken language, using for this pre-trained big language models, able to take as input data, both text and image. Engineers also ranked weight of each text prompt and optimized the black box to achieve accurate recognition. In general, scientists say method works. Waiting for the introduction of humanoid robots. Do they finally make breakfast for us? Well, that all respectful self-Robodogs show new wonders of mobility. The turn has reached, and today about Robotics, the company explained that Robopdog capabilities were moving by improving the system and the company and update the robot software. German Aeronautics and Space Center, abbreviated DLR, released a new video with his humanoid robot. Neo David Under Roller reported what the team is aiming for: bring robot capabilities closer to human in terms of dynamics, agility, and strength. How do they do that? Engineers did not specify. Of course, it's about development and for the robot, but details are not reported. Engineers from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology decided empower robots with common sense, with generative artificial intelligence. Did not use approach in which the bot breaks any task into small ones, subtasks, and if something changes in the process, not starting. First selects a suitable subtask from the library, like G5 picks the most suitable next word in the sentence. In this experiment, the developer shifted the manipulator, interfering with him, perform the task, and robots instead, to go back to the starting point, was rearranging his work on the go. It is not clear from the published information how universal is the approach, what training requires, and how quickly it can be applied. For other tasks, well, like many others, team strives to create a universal and for robots. Intel and Microsoft announced the launch and sale of PCs with artificial intelligence. Actually, it means what on computers and laptops like that, and an Microsoft Assistant Cap Pilot works locally and not in the cloud. Known that such devices are equipped with NPU processor, CPU CPU, GPU, as well as the Microsoft Epilot service and physical keyboard episode keys. They already announced computers of the future, or rather early versions of them, in the future. Intel plans to make changes to the processor architecture and already announces support for 300 new features aimed at optimizing work with and expected. What is this? Among other things, increase the interest of developers in creating new software. Also known that Intel will set an ambitious goal, selling 100 million and PCs to 25 Slovak developer of flying car Klein Vision sold the license to produce it. Chinese company Hebei Jaxing Flying Car Schnellage. Reason is simple. In Europe, no one wanted to take up production. This in turn has to cause of the pineapple look. It's the hazy prospects of launching flying cars. There is no legislation in European countries, infrastructure and understanding. When it all appears, and in China all this will soon be. Justice for, should be noted, that the Chinese company is one of the founders. Clan Cherries as for the car itself. Then moving on the ground. It's a regular petrol sedan with a BMW engine at 160 horsepower. All equipment for flights, foldable and even partially removable. Transformation happens in a few minutes. Our car needed runway, which significantly complicates its use in the city. It is reported that production will begin soon. Let's see succeed. Whether cars compete with vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. Subscribe to the channel, put like video. Do not miss new releases from the world of high technology.
I'm so appreciative for your support and trust, which has consistently fueled my passion for creating engaging content. It's the support of people like you that keeps me motivated to keep the content fresh and captivating. So, thank you once again. I hope you've enjoyed the videos we've shared so far, and I look forward to creating many more for your continued enjoyment. Wishing all of you a fantastic day ahead. May luck be by your side. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest updates. Thank you for tuning in. Until we meet again in the next video. Thanks for watching.